Alright, let me know if you can hear me. I just reset it. Alright. Alright, you have it? Alright. I just had to replace my mic pack, and apparently it wasn't, I didn't turn on a setting for it. Because I just got a new one because I broke my other one. Well, now I just dropped this one on the ground. So what I was saying was my sister found this online, and it's all 3D printed, but nothing's glued, so it comes apart. But it's pretty cool. It's definitely not something I would want to put on my keychain, because this would definitely break, at least the bar would. But, you know, it's pretty cool, other than that, like, every single thing is not connected at all. That's the only downside. I have to glue it. But I'm planning on sharpening a couple chains so I can rip through a whole bunch of logs tomorrow. So that is the plan for now. And I don't know where my tripod is, so I'm stuck with this stupid magnet that I normally use when I'm delivering firewood. Because I had it a couple live streams ago, and I put it somewhere, and now I can't find it. So it's life. What? Why do we have no power? Hold on, I gotta go follow an extension cord. I might cut out, but it shouldn't for like a while. So now I gotta go figure out where this is unplugged. Because I don't have power in the woodyard yet. Even though that would be nice to get eventually. Just have power coming directly into my woodyard. Oh, I forgot to plug it back in when I was pumping my tires up for my four-wheeler. Alright, I went too far and my mic cut out. But depending on how I have some lights, but my lights aren't the greatest. So I might try to cut some firewood, or I might even start to split her up and split the rest of the firewood I have, because that would be easier. So, but right now I'm just going to try to get some of this chain sharpened for tomorrow. What? I don't know if you can see that. Brand new chain. I just used this chain. I don't know what was hit, but now this whole chain is trash. Man, that sucks. Man, fresh brand new chain. Yeah, hand filing's always better, they say, but I'm not going to be hand filing a whole bunch of chains. Like if I have one chain, I'll hand file it, but other than that, I'm not hand filing it. I got too many chains I got to file. Yeah, I got this one from Horrible Freight. Like I still hand file the teeth, the gauge teeth down. I still hand file those because I don't have anything to hand file to gauge the teeth. So when I'm filing down the whatever they're called, the teeth or whatever, I use the hand file because I don't have anything to sharpen them or technically to grind them down. So Frank, if you're still on here, when are you gonna start your YouTube channel, man? I hope you're still on here. You gotta start posting on that YouTube channel. Make some money off of it. Yes, I try to sharpen them all my chains at once because it's so much easier. Some people can hand file, but I don't really like hand filing. So I'm trying to find out where. Oh man. So now we got 4 chains sharpened. Plus the one I sharpened last time that's currently on my saw. So let's get you out of here. What length bar? I believe it is a 20 inch, or it might be a 19. I believe it's a 20. I had a file, but it's not fun this time of year. I mean, I do it if I had to. Like if I was cutting, like especially if I was felling trees and I needed, and my chain was dull, I would file it, but I don't feel like it sometimes, especially when I'm sharpening a whole bunch of them. So when I'm sharpening a whole bunch, I don't like to hand file if possible. That's the plan, is I don't like to hand file. Hold on, I'm trying to get my tripod situated so you can see my firewood splitter better. There we go. Now it's easier to see. So now it's just time to turn this thing on and do some splitting. I don't know how much wood I'll be able to split. I might end up having to chunk some firewood because I might run out of wood to split. So that's the plan. And then Saturday I'll be doing a whole bunch of cutting, more rounds, and then sometime in the evening or whenever I get enough logs, I'll do another live stream of me splitting firewood again. So that is the plan for right now. Take everything out of my stinking pocket. Plug my phone in so it doesn't die. There we go. Alrighty. I always like oiling it, even if I don't have to, and scraping this off, because I always want to try to keep it moving as smoothly as possible. And then check the gas, and we need some more gas. Where did I put my earbuds at? I think I left them in the house. That means I gotta go use these earmuffs that are soaking wet, because we had a whole bunch of rain. Give me 1 second while I try to dry these off. All right. my God. Really? How in the world? Oh my goodness. Seriously? You gotta be kidding me. Stupid stuff. I thought my phone was out of the way, but I guess it's not. I'm trying to move it farther out of the way so I don't hit it again. This machine is a super splitter. All right, so I got a lot of the logs that were ready to split. So the next thing is probably going to be cutting logs, because I wasn't really planning on doing a long live stream today. I was planning on doing a long live stream on Saturday. So what is the name of this machine, brand and model? I don't know what the model is, but it is a super splitter. So this is a super splitter. I'm not good with trying to figure out what the model is. So let me turn this camera around. This is the super splitter. Let's see. Well, it's got a Honda engine. So this is what it is. I don't know what model this is. So if you know what model this is, because I know that you can get them customized. You can get many different engines on there. You can get smaller, you can get it electric, you can get this tray bigger. So I don't know. All I know is it's got a nice Honda engine on here. So the next plan is trying to get a lot of these logs. I mean, I got some of these logs cut up. I gotta get these all rolled, and I can use my my performance built splitter to split some of these up, because that's what I use. I use that to chunk them smaller, and then I'll split them up. So I mean, this pile that was here, there's 1, 2.5 loads here, and this loads went all the way to the end of my trailer, and all that's been cut up. I mean, I still have a decent amount of wood. This is the wood I got from last year that I still haven't really cutting up. This is the wood I got pretty recently. So yeah, it's a lot of work. I mean, I'll sit here, I'll cut or chunk these logs here. I'll chunk these up or whatever until it's like super dark. But my plan is to cut, because I don't have many logs to really be able to chunk. So my plan is to figure out somewhere that I can set my my camera up and see if I can swing these lights over, which I don't really have much cord. So the plan is to turn the light here and try to cut as much as I can, which I'll probably stop around dark anyway, because we probably have maybe half hour to 45 minutes before it gets dark, because it's already 6 o'clock. What am I doing here? I'm having fun. I am in South Jersey. I don't know what WATS is. So I'm gonna try to see where I can put this tripod, well, it's not a tripod, it's a magnetic, it's a little magnetic clip, because my tripod, I don't know where it went. I was using it, I folded it up and got it out of my way, and I don't know where it is. So, did I put it in my trailer? If I didn't put it in my trailer, I don't know where I put it. Let's see if I put it in my trailer. No. So I don't know where I put it. You know, I try to, what I'll probably do is do what I've been doing for at least the last couple days, is I have this metal block. Well, it's the lid to my fire pit, and I use that to put the magnetic thing on, and then I just move it around, because I don't know where my fire pit, no, my tripod went. So it's always fun. I always lose stuff because I put it somewhere, and I probably rolled a log on it somewhere because I didn't realize where it was. So I'm gonna try to set my camera up so we can watch me do some cutting. I got a lot of logs I gotta cut. Normally I end my live around an hour and a half, but since there's still, well, there was 500 people watching, I thought that I could set my camera up and do some cutting. This is how much I split. Not much. So I gotta get this dumb tripod hooked up so I can set this up here closer. And I'm gonna try to move this a little closer, so it's a little bit easier to see, even though a lot of these logs I'm gonna have to put literally where I'm sitting this thing. So back it up right here. So yeah, I just gotta get my chainsaw and gas it up, and I should be good. So I just gotta grab my chainsaw, throw some gas in it. That should be good. Let me check my battery level, because I gotta make sure my phone stays charged. Otherwise, the live stream won't be fun anymore when it randomly just ends. So I am planning on doing a live at some point on Saturday. I'm not sure when or what time though. It all depends on how much wood I can get pre-cut. Oh, overfilled it. So this is my professional Husqvarna 445. So that's the saw that I'll be using. I'm gonna get some of these logs out of the way.
Jimmy said those different types of plants.
Yeah. It's still by my splitter or something. idea. I had to figure out why it decided to do that. What?
See where I left your stick?
Not exactly, but I know approximately where you put it.
Yeah.
It probably got too warm and loosened the chain.
Yeah.
Threw my chain off. Annoying thing is it put burrs on it. Probably should plug.
There it is. 2262.
What?
2262.
Well, that's my battery pack.
Alright, I'm gonna go back to my house.
Alright, let me plug this thing in.
Ugh. Yeah.
I got all day tomorrow. I'll be out here, so hopefully I can get a lot.
All day tomorrow?
Yeah.
Saturday.
Yep. Yeah, so I'll be out here. That's the plan, at least.
Well, you can call me and I might come out and help.
All right. Yeah, the plan is to be out here, so.
Well, right now, this place gets worse.
Yeah, threw my chain off. I have to look at it and see if it put any burrs on this chain. I don't see any, but there's probably burrs on here, which means I won't be able to cut with this chain. And it's already too dark, so if I can't finish cutting with this chain, I'll just end the live because I don't feel like going back to the shop and grabbing a chain just to cut for 20 minutes. Yeah, I gotta grab this, file this burr off. Because it threw the chain off. Not sure exactly why. So I guess I'm going to this live here because I can't do anything else right now. Because I gotta file the stupid burrs on this chain. So 445. Yes, that's what this one is. If that's what you're talking about, what the thing is, yeah, it's the 445. I'm marrying from South Jersey. It's not even that dark, but just where my wood yard is extremely dark. Because it's in the trees. Now, I'm going to go back in the yard where it's a little bit brighter so I can finish this. If anybody wants to ask any questions, if I know the answers to them, I'll try to answer them for you. But I gotta get a little hand file and file those birds out. So the plan is to start a live sometime tomorrow. When tomorrow, I have no idea. Because a lot of times if I do a live video of me like cutting the logs, it doesn't really get that many views for some reason. But like videos of me splitting firewood gets more views. So I try to do videos of me splitting firewood more because it just seems like people like that kind of content, me splitting firewood compared to me cutting. I mean, it also would help if I had my tripod because I can move my my camera around as I'm cutting. But it still seems like not that many people actually watch when I'm cutting firewood. So I just started mostly doing it while I'm splitting firewood because people tend to watch more. Where is this and what time is it? So I am in South Jersey and it is currently 7:20. So, hold on, let's see. Apparently I can play games now on YouTube when you're live. I don't know. Trying to see what game I should play, but I have no idea. But apparently you can do playables. You can choose a game to game and stream with. Okay, that's pretty cool. So I'm gonna hopefully trying to do another live stream sometime tomorrow. I don't know if I'll do a live stream of me cutting, chunking, and splitting, but I might do. You just have to turn on that notification bell, or I'll at least try to do a live video of me splitting firewood, because that's one thing people like watching is me splitting firewood. So I try to do whatever live videos it seems like gets more views, and I try to do that. I mean, just going in live in general, I tend to get more views. So that's what I try to do, is just do whatever it takes that the viewers actually are enjoying. Because if the viewers aren't enjoying it and aren't watching it, what's the point of making the video? And sometimes I keep going and talking, but this time this chat is pretty dead. Like sometimes I can sit there after I'm done, even though it's getting dark, I can keep going and keep going just because the chat's just going and going and going. But other days the chat's just dead. So I mean, if not many people are asking questions, talking or whatnot, I'll just end the live, because it's easier just to end it if nobody seems like they're really talking. But if people seem like they're talking, asking questions or whatever, just talking just for fun, I will try to keep the live stream going. If it seems like people want me to keep going, I'll keep going. If not, I'll just end it. I mean, I don't mind talking to people, but I'm not one to sit there and try to come up with something to talk about if the chat's dead. If the chat's dead, it's just easier on me to end it. But you can let me know where you're watching from. This is in reverse mode, but I have merch. Go check it out if you want to help support what I do. Some people, I had one person buy me a merch. You can give me super chats, memberships. You can use Cash App and Venmo too. Just whatever you want. If you like watching this and you want to support it, or you can just hit the subscribe button and watch it for free on YouTube. And YouTube will give me like 2 cents 1,000 views. So, yeah, it's a fun gig. I like doing it. I like how some people that they're doing live videos and they're just sit there and just talk to people, which I've tried doing so many times, but the chat's always dead. So I tried doing a live video and just talking, but it don't work. It don't work for me. At least my audience, I can't sit there with even 20 people and have a decent conversation. It's just very hard for me. So a lot of my firewood that I get is mostly tree service wood. So the wood that I was showing, if you were here earlier, that I was showing all in the street, that was actually from a land clearing company. And then the giant pile that I had from last year was I bought from a tree company. But a lot of them, I try to get as many, like I have different tree guys. If I see tree guys doing tree work or whatnot, I'll try to get them to just see if I can get them to drop the load off. Because otherwise they got to go pay to get it. A lot of times they have to find, if they don't know anybody in that area, then they have to go either bring it back to their yard and just let it sit in their yard, or they got to pay, like at least in my county, you got to pay, it's like $20 a ton, but you still got to pay for it to get then they chop it up into mulch chips and then just let it rot in the topsoil. So if the tree guys are the ones that kind of like don't want to throw it out if they can, then that's why I take it, so then they don't have to worry about paying something to dump it, because a good load of firewood could be in logs, a couple $100 just to dump a load of logs. So a lot of tree guys are very grateful that I'm allowing them to dump there. Obviously, it can't be like crazy logs with super knotted, you know, because I can only take so many logs, but I will take some of the bigger logs, even if they're a pain in the butt. I'll take as many as I can just to try to help them. So it helps. A lot of the tree guys enjoy it. Like if I can't split it or use it, I'll chunk it up and I'll actually give it to my neighbor, and he'll burn it, or I'll burn it in my fire pit, you know. So I mean, I try to help people out. A couple tree guys, I'll go right to their tree job and they'll cut the trees down and just load it right in my trailer, and I'll come and dump it. But every tree guy's different. So yeah. So if you guys don't have any other questions or whatever for me, then I'll just end the live, and I'll go back in my house and work. Sometimes I'll throw a fire in. Maybe next time, maybe on Sunday or something, I'll throw put my fire pit up and make a fire and just sit by the fire, and you can watch the fire, talk, or whatever. But I'm going to end the live, and hopefully I'll do another one sometime tomorrow. I don't have an exact time, but I try to stream whenever I can, because pretty much every stream I do, most of the time I get around 50,000 views when it's all said and done. I mean, I'm still not making much from YouTube, but you know, something's always better than nothing. So I try to stream as often as I can, so I can get a little bit extra money from YouTube, and because it's fun, I like talking to people that are on YouTube. So thank you guys for watching. I don't believe I saw any super chats or diamonds go through, but if you sent one and I missed it, thank you so much. Hopefully see whoever wants to come and join me on Saturday. So I will see you tomorrow.